it's Alisha here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how to create more wealth in your life and the untold truth about how to actually receive more abundantly, and I'll be sharing some really simple things you can do to start creating some more wealth in your life. So the untold truth about money or about receiving is actually that it's our natural state to live in a state of love, and that includes abundance and fluidity. So you would be receiving money effortlessly if you were in your natural state and in complete alignment, allowing energy to circulate through you and allowing the universe to really channel itself through you. So if you were doing the things that brought you joy and lit you up, and you were really allowing energy to circulate and you were in complete alignment with yourself, you would be receiving money abundantly and effortlessly, because it actually is your birthright and your natural state. So a lot of people don't actually know that, and they think that they need to work hard to receive, or that life is meant to be hard, whatever your beliefs might be. And I actually filmed a whole separate video about why you don't need to work hard to receive, and I will link that in the description for you. So essentially, the ability, or your ability, to earn and spend and invest money abundantly is equal to how you are, or if you are allowing, or how much you are allowing the universe to channel itself through you. Are you really allowing energy to circulate through you? Are you really in alignment with yourself? Are you doing what lights you up and brings you joy? Are you both giving and receiving, or are you just hoarding? And I'm going to go into 3 different categories that you might fall into. One being that you're somebody who doesn't invest in themselves enough, and you're kind of one to scrimp and save, thinking that that's what's actually going to create more wealth for you. There's also the category of someone who spends money they don't really have. They get into debt a lot of the time, or may even have a bit of an addiction in terms of spending, or even like a shopping addiction or something like that. And then the third category would be if you are finding that you always have just enough money to like make ends meet. You have enough money to live, you always have what you need, but you don't have enough, or it seems like you don't have enough to invest in yourself, do things that you enjoy. You feel like you don't have enough time because you're always working to receive just enough money to get by. So those are the 3 categories I'm going to talk about, and something that you can do depending which one you're in. So the first category is if you are one who doesn't spend enough on yourself, doesn't invest enough in yourself. You are willing to buy what you need, but when it comes to buying something that you want, maybe you don't do it that often, or you overanalyze it, like, do I really need this thing? Or you kind of scrimp and save because you don't want to, or you feel like you won't have enough if you are constantly giving. But there actually is a cycle of giving and receiving. You're channeling the universe through you, you're giving back, and you're receiving. So I'm going to use the example of if you were really tired one day and you didn't feel like cooking and you wanted to order in some takeout. If you are one who would make yourself feel really guilty about, number one, the fact that you are, spending more money on food because you're ordering in takeout, or you're getting it delivered to you. Maybe you're one of those people that never gets food delivered. You always want to pick it up because you don't want to pay the delivery fees or the tip or whatever it might be. So you always will pick up your food and you won't ever get it delivered, or you'll make yourself feel bad for even wanting to get it delivered to you in the first place. So if you were to use that example, and in the first scenario, if you were to do what you actually wanted, which is to order that food in and take that time while you're waiting for the food to relax. Like, the whole point is that you didn't have the energy to cook, or maybe you're not a good cook, and so you really wanted, or maybe you were just craving a certain type of food. So when you first of all make the decision to order in that food, you are telling your body that you deserve to have what you want. I'm tuning in, I'm listening to you, I'm not abandoning you, and what you want actually matters. And that's going to make a huge difference in what you receive in your life. You're going to receive way more when you give yourself way more and exactly what your body needs. So not only are you receiving, because you get to rest and relax and give your body exactly what it needs while you wait for your food to get delivered, but you're also giving back to the universe or to the economy, however you want to think about it. You are investing in a company, you're giving money to the driver when you give them a tip, and now there's a circulation of money and energy in the universe. And like I said at the beginning, your ability to abundantly receive and invest money really is equal to how much you're allowing the universe to channel through you. Are you both giving and receiving money? So you may think, I want to save money on the delivery and the tip, so I'm just gonna not order in, or I'm gonna go pick the food up myself. Well, now you also didn't give to the universe and you also didn't give to yourself. That's the second scenario, and that's a lose-lose situation where it was actually a win-win situation, and you would have received way more money and way more energy if you had given your body exactly what it wanted, and you would receive way more that way. So that's the first category if you're one who doesn't invest enough in yourself. So when you do invest in that thing that you want for yourself, really let yourself receive it and delight in the fact that you get this food delivered to you, or you get to buy this really cute outfit or something that you've always wanted. And that leads me into the second category. So if you are someone who kind of spends money that you don't have, you maybe even have like a shopping addiction, you tend to go into debt a lot and maybe don't even care that you're going into debt, usually it has something to do with the fact that you are buying these things to make yourself feel better. But you're missing a key step there. When you buy that thing for yourself, you didn't actually let yourself delight in it. You didn't allow yourself to fully receive it. Maybe you were completely numb to it. You're just so used to buying things for yourself that, yeah, it's like somewhat of an addiction, and you don't take the time to pause when you buy that thing for yourself and let yourself drink it in and be like, you deserve this. I love this really cute top that I bought because it makes me feel really, really great about myself and it lights me up. Like, let yourself delight in that. I've noticed that people who shop a lot kind of have a bit of numbness. Like, they may be buying a lot of things that are meant for the reason to make themselves feel better, but it really is in a way that is trying to overcome feelings of inadequacy, rather than I'm buying this thing to nurture myself, to love myself even more, and to light me up. So that is the second category. And the third category is if you are someone who always seems to have just enough money to make ends meet, and you only have enough money for what you need and not for what you want. So the suggestion that I would give for you is to actually create a budget that includes enough money for what you need and for what you want, so that you are expecting to receive every month enough money to pay your bills and enough money to buy yourself a cute new outfit every month, or to do an activity that you really like every month, like a massage every month, or like a fancy dinner date with your friends or your husband or whoever once a month or whatever. Include that in the budget or whatever you are expecting to receive for yourself, because you do deserve it. Everyone deserves to do what lights them up, and the more you're living in joy and allowing the universe to channel itself through you, the more you'll actually receive. So it's super important to invest in yourself and do the things for yourself. No matter how hard you work, no matter how many jobs you have, you're always going to be living in lack if you're not putting yourself first and you're not doing the things that light you up first and investing in yourself. And I know that can be super scary because you are just making ends meet. So you're worried that if you buy something yourself, you won't have the money to pay for your bills. But all that does is validate your fears and beliefs that you are in lack, that you don't have enough. And then that's going to be the frequency you're giving off, and that's exactly what you're going to receive back. If you're giving off the frequency of lack, then that's all you're going to receive. So if you are in fear that you don't have enough, then you won't have enough. But if you start to invest in yourself and trust that you will receive what you need, then you will. So, but again, remember, if you're one of those people in the second category who spends money that they don't have, this does not apply to you. Follow the tips that I mentioned for you, because if you're in debt and you're buying things for yourself, you might put yourself into even more debt. But do other things that light you up and bring you joy, because that's the most important thing, is to allow energy to circulate and for the universe to channel itself through you. And another thing that you can do is actually start to, and this is for everyone really, no matter what category you're in, but especially for those in the third category who seem to just be making ends meet, is to throw things away, to clear up space, especially if you're like a hoarder. A lot of people hoard things because they're worried that they won't have enough money to buy something they need in the future. So they hold on to everything they have, hoping that they'll never have to buy that thing again. They're afraid, what if I throw it out and then I want something like this again later? So again, more feelings of lack. I don't have what I need. I won't have what I need. And you're physically not allowing space for new things to come into your life. If your house is like completely full to the max, if your closet is completely full to the max, how can you be expecting to receive more when you don't even have the space for it? So, and everything is just energy if you think about it that way. So if you want more clothing, if you want more home decor or whatever, you need to make the space for that energy to come in. So doing a lot of clearing and throwing things away will make a huge difference. And if that's overwhelming for you, just throw away one thing per day that you don't need or haven't used in a really long time. And the fears that come up when you're like, okay, I'm throwing this thing away, what if I need this one day? Then I'll have to buy it again. What if I don't have enough money to buy this thing? Just move through those fears. Bring awareness to them. Breathe through them. And that leads me to my next tip, which is to move through your limiting beliefs about money. And you may not know what they are, and that's totally okay. Just bring more awareness to how you feel when you see certain things. Like when you see someone who does have a lot of money, what does that bring up in you? A lot of people have a limiting belief that people who have a lot of money maybe aren't humble, or people who have a lot of money, they didn't have to work for it. And so you think less of them because, oh, well, they didn't have to work for their money and I'm here working really hard for my money. So the beliefs that you have are giving off a frequency that's saying, I have to work hard to receive. So then therefore that belief is going to be validated, because you can only perceive that which you are the emanation of, or the state of consciousness that you're in. So if you believe you have to work hard to receive, then you will have to. And I filmed a video on that. I'll put a link to that in the description. And if you also have the belief that people who have a lot of money are not humble, or they're arrogant, or whatever, then you're pretty much telling your body, I don't want to be that person. So I don't want to have money because that's who I'm going to become if I had a lot of money. That's just an example of a limiting belief that you might have. So the way to bring awareness to what those beliefs are, or to move through them, is just to pay attention to how you feel when you see people who have what you want. And when you see people who have what you want, say to yourself, yes, and me too, please. I would like some of that. I'll take an order of that. Thank you very much. Instead of being in the frequency of lack, oh, they get to have that and I don't get to have that, which is a much lower vibration. If you can get into the state of, I get to have that too, then that's a much higher vibration. Or even in a state of curiosity, like, I wonder if I could have a life like that, of fluidity and time to do what I want and money to invest in myself and to go on vacations and whatever it is that you want for yourself. What if I could have that too? Just get a little curious. That is also a higher harmonic. So there you have it. I really hope that you found this video helpful, and I would love to hear which one of these methods resonated with you the most. So leave a comment below, and if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and hit the bell button if you want to be notified the next time I upload a video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.